Hey guys, it's Lindsay and welcome back to my channel and to another plan with me. So for this week, I'm planning out the week of January 13th through the 19th, and I'm using the Picture Perfect kit from Scribble Co., which is this really pretty just neutral kit. And I don't know when exactly I wanted to use this, but I figured January is probably your the best time frame to do it, purely just because there isn't a ton of stuff happening in January other than using a bunch of winter kits, which I actually just did not have this year. So that is why we are using this one, because I figured it would work pretty well. I think it works pretty well. I like it. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of most neutral kits because honestly, I will be 100% honest with you guys, I'm not usually just a big fan of neutrals in general. I tend to strive towards more colorful type things. It's funny though because my walls in my room are gray and my bedding is white, but I have pops of color everywhere. So I do definitely like color a lot more, and funny enough, I wear a lot of white in general. But anyway, don't usually gravitate towards the neutrals, but I do really like this kit, and I actually do really like the way it turned out. For once, the washi actually matches pretty well, which is always exciting. Sorry. I'm a little off today, my voice feels a little weird. I also just ate, so that probably doesn't help, so I apologize if I'm a little hiccupy or my voice is a little weird in this plan with me, because it very possibly, might be. It's very possible, so I apologize. But yeah, we are one plan with me closer to catching up with plan with me's. I know I always am constantly saying this, but I am determined. I will do it eventually. I really like this fashion girl up here. I think she's really pretty. I did use gold foil with this kit, obviously, so all of my foil, I believe, at least for the overlays, are all from Scribble Co. I did mix in, stars because of the star dress that the fashion girl is wearing, mixed in with the normal, just, chunky glitter foil, and I think it turned out pretty well. So yeah, we're just putting down all the normal things. I just filmed a voiceover for the City Chill one, so I don't really have much to talk about. I'm trying to come up with things to talk about, and trying to think of things, and I don't have a ton. So yeah, how y'all doing? Let me know. I'm curious. Let me know in the comments. How are you guys doing? I've been thinking of trying to actually post photos again on my Instagram. I don't know why I struggle so much with posting photos. I think it's because I don't like the way they look. I feel like they just don't look very bright and very nice because I have to constantly whiten certain parts of the photo, and I feel like it lacks a lot. So if you guys have any tips for posting plan with me type photos on Instagram, please let me know, because I genuinely don't know. I don't know how to post any kind of spread type photos. I don't know why. I think it's the glare also. Trying to find a way to not get the glare on glossy photos, I feel like is a problem. I don't know. Let me know. If you guys have any tips in the description, please let me know, because I will definitely take them, and if it means I get to post on my Instagram again, I totally will. So yeah, moving on to Monday. I put down the work label, and then I did have a Vlogmas binge because this was back in January, and I was still trying to catch up on the amount of Vlogmas videos that I had in my sub box, so I did use an ugly Christmas sweater munchkin for that, and no one is surprised. Lindsay got sick. This was my third time getting sick for, third time in 3 months or so. I think I got sick at the beginning of November, end of November, and then beginning or middle of January. Fun fact, I also recently was sick too. I'm still a little bit trying to get over that, but it's fine. I don't have coronavirus. I think I mentioned that in the last spread. We're good. It's fine. We're totally good. It's fine. But yeah, so I had a Vlogmas binge, and then I did have a sore throat, so I used a Celeste from Scribble Co. to mark that. And then I did get some medicine ball tea from Starbucks, so I used a little Coffee Monsters Co. emoji for that one. And then underneath that, I took a half box, as well as a munchkin with some shopping bags, because I was on the hunt to find a specific pair of shoes that I had in my mind. So in the next spread that you guys will see, I went to a work party, and we were able to dress up and everything. It was a 20s themed party, and the shoes were not 20s themed, the dress was, but I was looking for a specific pair of black heels that were not super high, and I could not for the life of me find them. I don't know what it was, but I literally went to so many different locations to try to find these shoes. I finally found them at Nordstrom Rack, but I tried so hard. So I had to shop for shoes. I don't know where I went on this day. I think I went to the mall, but yeah, I tried to shop for some shoes. I then had to get gas, so I used a Magic Prince Co. card to mark that. And then we did get in and out after work, so I used a little munchkin eating a burger for that. Moving on to Tuesday, I put down a quarter box and then a sleep-in script from Station Stickers, and I did put this down very, very crooked, and you guys will see me ruin the sticker right about there. If you notice, the foil does come off on the S. I was just very lazy and did not want to have to pick it up again. You can see me kind of like picking at it. I was like, no, not doing it. So I just left it. Don't mind the S missing. That was completely my fault, and yeah. I'm a dummy. It's fine. Underneath that, I took a munchkin with a box to mark that the HP sprocket that I delivered in the last spread got, not delivered, that I ordered in the last spread got delivered. Which, again, this was something that I was really excited about. It was the first time I have ever bought anything that's like a photo printer, that's like a portable printer, and I am obsessed with it. I love it. I finally bought it because it was on sale. For any of you guys who didn't see my last plan with me or hear me like explain it, it was like $100 off, and I bought it off Amazon, and I was super excited to finally have it and to be able to print all the photos. And because I printed all the photos, I had to mark it, obviously, so I used a Instagram icon from Magic Prince Co. for printing all of the photos, because I literally was just going photo happy and was just printing a bunch of random photos. I was like, I probably shouldn't be doing this because I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with all the photos. I want to eventually see if there's like a frame that I can put multiple photos in, and do it like a whole like giant long frame, but I don't know if that exists or not. I have to like look it up and everything, but I do eventually want to put them all in some kind of frame or display them in some kind of way. Underneath that, I then put down an emoji on the computer because I did play The Sims, and then I used a squared off quarter box and a munchkin on like the laptop with little Mickey ears to mark a Disney Plus binge. I went through so many random like old Disney Channel shows. I was watching Hannah Montana first, and then I started watching That's So Raven. I never finished That's So Raven. And then I started watching Lizzie McGuire, and then I got bored, which is surprising that I got bored with Lizzie McGuire. And then I think I moved on to Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and then I finished that, and then went to Sweet Life on Deck, and I finished that one. So yeah, we did a lot of Disney Plus binging in the time frame. And then underneath that, I did fall asleep early, so I just used a Glam Planner Bippity Boo to mark that. Moving on to Wednesday, Lindsay was sick again. No one is surprised because apparently I just get sick all the time and it's obnoxious. So I used a Fox and Cactus girl was like wrapped up in a blanket with a bunch of tissues to mark that I was so sick again. It's fine. I literally just slept like my whole 2 days off because I was done. I didn't feel it. I didn't like it. It was a bad day. It's fine. I then used a little tissue box from Once More With Love to mark that I did buy some tissues, because I am one of those people, fun fact, I absolutely hate my nose being congested. I hate it with passion, and I will literally blow my nose constantly to try to clear up any of that congestion, even if it doesn't work. I don't care. So because of that, I go through a bajillion tissues. Literally. I think I go through at least like a box and a half every time I'm sick, and it's only sick for like 4 days. But yeah, so I had to buy tissues because I used them up the last time I was sick, and then I also needed to take the medicine, so I used a little pill bottle also from Once More With Love to mark that. Moving down underneath that, I did have a lazy day, so I used a half box and then a lazy day like kind of script from Planner-esque and a Fox and Cactus girl that's in her pajamas because that was literally me. I did nothing. I watched movies all day and that was pretty much it. I used a little munchkin watching like TV and on like sitting in a chair to march that. Oh my god, why are words hard? I'm kind of talking a little fast. I think it's because I had an energy drink, and I think that's why my whole entire like mind is racing. I think that's why I'm struggling to talk a little. Anyway, I digress. I'm sorry, guys. You guys get to deal up with hyped up Lindsay right now. But I was watching movies, so I used the munchkin to mark that. And then I did make some pizza on this day, which I actually had pizza 2 days in a row because we weren't planning on going to Pizza Press, but we went to Pizza Press. So yeah, I used a little suey from Wonton in a Million to mark that I made pizza. And then on Thursday, that was when we went to Pizza Press. But I put down a work label, and then I used a fancy label and a payday script from Scribble Co. And then I did have to make a bill due for my care credit, so I used a bill due that's also from Scribble Co. for that. So this was probably peak sickness for me. I did go to work, which probably wasn't the best idea, but I did. But I was super congested, so I used a Fox and Cactus Girl for that. And then I literally felt like I had a fever. I don't think I did. I felt like I had a fever when we were in Pizza Press, and I think it was purely just because it was very, very hot in there and it was cold outside, so I felt like I have a fever. I don't know if I was, or like actually did. I think I did a little bit. But I used a munchkin with like a thermometer to mark that I was burning up, because I'm pretty positive I had a fever, or it could have been just that it was hot in there. And then I used a munchkin with the pizza to mark Pizza Press, and I may or may not have been texting someone the whole entire time that I was at Pizza Press, so I used an emoji with a phone to mark cute text messages. Again, I kind of talked about this was it my last plan with me? I think it was my last plan with me. Let me see. Hold on. I think it was. Yeah, it was my last one that I matched with a guy. I mentioned it. I already kind of told you guys the story. I'm not going to actually go into it, but there are a couple things that I did mark during the 2 months that I was talking to him. I think I mentioned that I'm not talking to him anymore, but that's purely, I think, because we just have opposite schedules right now. He's very busy. I'm also very busy, so we're kind of not taking a break, but like we are not talking at the moment, and if it happens in the future where we end up talking again, great. If not, totally okay, but I did still want to mark all the cute things and the things that did happen, because it's a planner, it's a memory keeping planner, and I want to at least have these memories because he was a good guy. So yeah. Anyway, moving on to Friday, I put down the work label, and then I did have some more medicine ball tea because, again, Lindsay felt like she had a fever. It's fine. And I felt like I was dying, but totally fine. So I used a emoji with some tea to mark that. I then listened to Sierra Unfiltered, which is a podcast that is by a YouTuber. So I used a Fox and Cactus Girl with some headphones for that. And then I did need to wash my costume, so I used a washing machine from Magic Prince Co. And I had to watch more Vlogmas. I had more Vlogmas that I was trying to catch up on. Most of the Vlogmas that I was trying to catch up on was the Zoella Vlogmas, because her vlogs are so long. I love them, but they're so long and they take forever to watch. So I used another ugly Christmas sweater munchkin for that. I started feeling super, super, super exhausted by the end of this night because, again, I was sick, wasn't feeling good, probably shouldn't have gone to work, but went to work anyway. So I used a munchkin with a low battery to mark that I was super exhausted, and then I used a squared off quarter box and a yes type munchkin to mark that I made it through my shift, which is always an accomplishment. It's always fun when I have to write that in my planner, because it means it literally was one of the hardest things to do, because I was just struggling that day. Totally okay. It's fine. So yeah, I don't think anything else really happened that much during this week. I think the only thing that really happened was me being sick, because yeah, that was pretty much it. Moving on to Saturday and Sunday, I put down the weekend banner, and then I did put down the work label. For Saturday, I did have to move this around a little bit. I only had a couple things to mark on Saturday because not much really happened, so I did have to kind of move this around and adjust it so that I could actually make sure that I was taking up space, but I wasn't making sure that there was a ton of open space. The work label and the bill do look a little weird, but that's totally okay. But I put the work label down, and then it was my bill due for my car payment, so I did also put the bill due down from Scribble Co. And then this dollar icon, I want to say is from Rose Colored Days. Don't quote me on that, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that's where it's from. But I used that to mark that I needed to transfer money, which is essentially me transferring money for my car payment. So I did mark that. And then I did need to go to CVS. I have no idea why I went to CVS. I went there for some reason. Don't know what I needed, but I used a little grocery bag from Once More with Love for that. And then I put down a half box. I did move that grocery bag up because the half box was a little big. And I used an emoji with some tacos because we did get El Pollo Loco for lunch. And then Bailey was shedding. She was shedding for a long time. So I used a little paw icon from Scribble Co. to mark that I needed to brush her because Oh my god, huskies shed a lot, and you have to brush them a lot. And she also, fun fact, hates being brushed. She hates it with passion. She actually hates when she's shedding, and like if you ever like have to pull the hair out, she hates it. It probably hurts her, and that's probably why. But like even if it's fur that's like already almost pretty much out, and you just have to pull it like a tiny bit, even if it doesn't pull out, she hates it. Like literally hates it. So brushing her is a fun time when she's shedding. It's an interesting time, but we have to do it, and we can create like 5 other dogs from her fur, but it's fine. So yeah, that was the last thing I did on Saturday. Moving on to Sunday, I put down the work label, and this kind of makes me a little sad, but I used a credit card icon from Scribble Co. because it was the final Stagecoach payment, which I did mention this in my last Plan With Me. Makes me sad because Stagecoach was postponed to October, and I most likely will not be able to go now, and it makes me really sad. I'm sad. So yeah, this was the final Stagecoach payment. I did do a like the monthly payment option in order to be able to pay for it. So it was like 4 months or 5 months of like $50 payments. So yeah, I made the final Stagecoach payment, and now I'm probably going to have to get a refund, but it's okay. Underneath that, I took a squared off quarter box and a thumbs up munchkin to mark that I was feeling better, which is always exciting. So this one probably, let's see, this one, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so this one lasted about 4 days, which is pretty normal for me for like a normal like flu/cold. That's usually how long it takes for me to recover. Some days, or sometimes it's shorter, sometimes it's longer, it just depends, but that's usually on average how long it takes. And then underneath that, I used a little box icon from Scribble Co. to mark that I needed to go to storage. And then I made some food on this day. Don't know what I made, but I used an emoji for that. And we did have hot dogs for lunch, so I put down a half box and a little barbecue munchkin with like hot dogs on it to mark hot dogs, because we don't have hot dogs very often, and my dad makes like the best hot dogs ever. Like they're so good, and whenever he makes them, they always make me so happy. So yeah, that is it for the spread. I apologize because I'm pretty positive I've been talking like a million words per minute, but you know, I think that's what happens when I have some caffeine, and I have a lot of caffeine in my system right now. But yeah, we're gonna flip through what's left in the kit, which it's a mini kit, so not a lot of stuff left over, but all of that will be going into my declutter pile, and we'll do a little bit of a wiggle for you guys. I have been struggling to figure out how to get a wiggle because it's so hard to get the foil to reflect with this new lighting, but you know, I tried. I tried. So I'm sorry. My wiggles aren't the best lately, but see, we're trying. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's plan with me. If you did, as always, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you are not already. And I will see you guys in another video very, very soon. Bye, guys.